about me. I'm actually from Florida also. Here in Florida, we don't have a lot of family values, obviously, right? None of you are here with your families. You're here with your friends. My mom, every time, I can't be on the phone with her for more than 5 minutes because she wants to know, Vicky, when are you gonna give me a grandkid? And I have to tell her, Mom, I swallow all of them. Like, we've talked about this. Like, I don't know. Kids are just like not, anyone with kids in here? You have a kid? How old are they?
2.5.
Aww, what's their name?
Veronica Rose.
Oh, that's so pretty, Veronica Rose. That's a really interesting name for a stripper. Oh my goodness! That's a joke. I'm going to hell. She's 2.5 years old. I'm sorry. Yeah, so going back to our show, you're going to have a great time. Just a few things. If you need to use the restrooms, it's in that direction. It's through those doors. If you want to order a drink, you can also go to the bar. But we also have these cute little QR codes on the table, so you can just take a picture like the millennials do and order your drinks that way too. That's an option. All right, let's go ahead and get this party started. Are you guys excited? Yeah! I'm taking all of your energy and I'm giving it back to you. Okay. I thought it was worth a shot. We have such an incredible crowd tonight, so I just want to, yeah. Anyway, so coming up first to the stage, we have half of a dynamic duo who's making your drinks tonight. So make sure you guys order some, drink lots of alcohol, please. But don't drive. Don't drink and drive. All right, so coming up to the stage first, we have a special performer. Give it up for Mika Lorenzo.
Before I came out. How are we doing tonight? Wow, this is a lot of people. Crowd, this is great. Okay. This looks like the same amount of people that went to my fucking high school graduation, but it's alright. I got something kind of big I want to get off my chest. This is kind of important to me. I'm gonna look you right in the eyes as I say it. I've got big tits. And it's hard to be a boy with big tits. I've had them my whole life. It's rough. A lot of boys in middle school asked me to titty fuck them because I had long hair and they thought I was great. It's rough. Titty fucking, I don't think titty fucking is a real thing in the first place. That's like a thing that boys envision in their heads. But yeah. I've got big tits. So I'm also a newly single cat dad. A lot of things are rough. I'm newly single because let's just say me and my ex did not vibe sexually. She was asexual and I'm not. I think the key issue was that I would shove my big ass tits in her mouth and she wouldn't. I was really going out of my way to show what I wanted. It wasn't being picked up on. Yeah, so I think I'm coming to terms with the fact that my ideal woman is one that could suck my tits without making me feel like a lady. But I'll find one eventually. There's not nearly enough people in this audience for me to ask this question, but does anyone here have a foot fetish? No, me neither. Thank God. Thank God. I don't either. Those are weird. I have noticed though that if I'm like into a girl and then I realize she has busted up feet, it kind of takes some of the attraction away. Again, I don't have a foot fetish. It just like, it's like a minimum bar of entry for me, you know? And like also if your feet are cute enough, your toes might end up in my mouth, but it's still not a foot fetish, I swear to God. Y'all are fucking weird and judgmental, but it's okay. Yeah, ideal woman would have my tits in her mouth as I'm sucking on her toes. So, yeah, there's that. Again, I'm still looking. I am in a sub-relationship with my cat. My cat is, he really dominates me in a lot of ways. The fucker knows how to push my buttons. Every single day at fucking 4 in the morning, he comes into my room and he has me trained pretty fucking well because he doesn't even need to get that crazy. He just walks in and taps on his food bag once. My eyes fucking shoot open like that Squidward meme. You know, like, yeah, he's got me well trained. He's a good boy though. He's a smart fucking cat actually. I got him a cat door once and he really wasn't getting it. He was like had no idea how this shit worked. So I was like, all right, I'll just kind of show him. So I got on all fours and stuck my head through the cat door, and he like immediately got it. No, like for real, he's a smart fucking cat. He learns by watching. To extend that, I one day my toilet was broken, and I had no option but to pee in my sink. It's the next place to pee if your toilet's broken. So like 15 minutes later, I saw my fucking cat on the sink peeing. I wasn't even mad. I was like, oh shit, that's pretty good. Like, I'm okay with it. But the real problem is that he also watches me jack off a lot, and he's picked up on that one too. The little fucker goes crazy all over my pillows and blankets and shit. Like if I take my clothes off and put them on the ground, he like starts going at it, and he's neutered, but his drive has not gone away at all. That guy. It's inspirational, actually. Yeah, I wish I could be a little bit more like my cat, but it's all right. Anyone here know anything about Dogecoin? No? Yeah, me neither. I don't know shit about it. I had 66,000 of them though in January, and I sold 66,000 of them in January for $158. If I sold that on March 15th, that would have been $33,000. I don't have a punchline for that at all. I just want that to sit with you. Just kind of like I could not be here right now, and I could be like chilling. Life would have been much better, but it's all right. I have a hard time being happy for other people. I've realized I just go right to bitterness instead. I think it's because I grew up in Miami. It's like a common trait that we've all got going. But yeah, no, like me and my roommate have been competing on who's gonna get the most hinge matches, and he's like wiping my ass right now. He has like 18, and it's like ruining every single day. I can't stand to look at this guy. We went out for breakfast this morning, and he was just smiling. I just was fuming. It like ruined probably my whole month, to be honest. So if he's watching this, which he is, fuck you, bro. Think about me next time. Hit the X button a little bit more often, please. I can't handle this shit. Between my cat fucking nonstop and my roommate getting 18 matches on Hinge, I just like, come on, man, give me a win, please. I don't know why God hates me so much. He really does. I used to pray for something like COVID when I was in 4th grade, and he really missed me on that one. I remember being awake basically every night, just praying like, please God, please let Hurricane Irma veer left into Miami and take down all the power lines. Please turn this shit into a FEMA disaster zone so I have to go back and see any of those fucking people ever again. He didn't fucking hear me. I don't know why. I'm a good person. I think I deserve good things. And we had a lot of fucking chances. H1N1, that was some weak ass shit. It petered out in like 2 weeks. Zika got a little bit of momentum, but it never went anywhere. But the fucking missed opportunity was Ebola. That shit would have been incredible. I mean, people were shitting and bleeding out of their eyeballs. I would have been out of school for like 3 fucking years, man. Again, I'm a good person. I don't get why I don't get the wins I'm asking for. But whatever. Life's rough. It's just it's this terrible march from relating to SpongeBob to relating to Squidward, and it's please laugh a little bit louder. There's like 5 people in the room, so if that affected you, give me the validation. it's a slow, terrible march, and like, I don't know, like I said, I just go right to bitterness now. I can't even be happy. People are like, yo, Micah, you want to go out for drinks on Thursday night? I'm like, no, my back hurts. Like, you want to go to your little sister's birthday party? No, I'm working on my material. It's rough. Just like Squidward, I'm underappreciated and immensely talented, so I'm still figuring it out. Thank you guys so much. My name's Mika Lorenzo.
Alright, here we go. That song comes from like the early 2000s, right? I think. I don't know either. Alright, you guys having a good time? So this is a comedy show, but it's also an open therapy session. What's on your minds? That's so sweet. Are you guys together? Okay. You're just trying to get laid. I see what you're doing. It might help if you order some drinks. Right? Alcohol makes everything better. Weed makes everything even more better. Do you guys smoke weed? Here? Kind of? Somewhat? So? A little bit? Are you guys just walked in. Hey, welcome. Thanks for coming. Yeah. Weed versus alcohol. I personally, I prefer to smoke weed. Or not really smoke weed, just put it in my mouth. Versus, do you smoke weed at all or no? Heroin? No? Okay. Yeah, it's just like weed, it's just like, especially, okay, there are certain things I'd rather do drunk than high. Like, drive. I'm just kidding, don't drink and drive. Don't do that. You shouldn't drink and drive, why? Because you will spill your drink. So, there you go. No, but something I'd rather do high, for example, is sex. Right? High sex. You guys have high sex? Is that how Veronica Rose was conceived? Be honest. Be honest. No? Okay. That's cool. High sex, you feel everything in your body. You feel the first time they slid into your DMs and how annoyed you were and slightly intrigued, but mostly annoyed. Right? Versus drunk sex, it's like, oh, Victoria, you're so wet. And you're like, oh, it's because I have no bladder control. You know? It works. Anyway, coming up next to the stage, we have another special performer. She's actually our musical director, and if you want to see more of her, we have Venus Night tomorrow night, so you guys should definitely come back since you all live here. Give it up for Priscilla Blanco!
Yes, lit. That means you're drinking. That's good. How's everybody feeling? Good. Cool. My name is Priscilla. I am the music director here. I make everybody do music and all that kind of shit. You know, it's like a big kumbaya. But no, we have a great time. I think making people do music is really important. You know, it brings out a joy to people. And I hate it when someone's like, no, I can't sing. And I'm like, bitch, I'm gonna try. All right? I will make you try. And it's probably because they're just traumatized from like that music teacher who was a fucking asshole and was like, go to the back, don't sing. Just don't. You know what? Don't show up to the concert at all. Yeah, there's music teachers like that. Yeah. I actually taught middle school for 5 years. And that was interesting because a lot of my friends were like, oh my God, you're going to teach middle school? That's the worst age group. And I was like, you're the worst person. Like, what the fuck? People hate kids. Literally. Like, so many adults are like, no, fuck kids. Fuck kids. I'm like, literally, what did a kid do to you? All right? They're literally wholesome and pure. And only the adults fuck them up. This is why we're here again, right? Full circle. Oh. Yeah. But where's everybody from? lit. Yeah, I love Kendall. Kendall has a very special place in my heart. You know, I did many firsts there. I learned how to eat ass there. And I was like, this tastes different. Oh. And yeah. I learned how to roll my first blunt in Kendall too. Yeah, that was a very important skill I feel as an adult. You should know how to roll your own joints and blunts. Anytime someone comes up to me, he's like, "Hey, can you roll one for me?" I'm like, "Bitch, you're a fucking bitch. Fuck you. You should not be smoking. Give me your weed. I'm gonna smoke it for you." Child. Oh man, we hate kids. You see what I'm talking about? Yeah. But yeah, I'm also, you know, aside from being a weed smoker and a musician and all that, I'm a lesbian too. Yeah. And you know, it took me a while to actually get to say the word lesbian. Like, say, I am a lesbian. I'm a lesbian. I'm a lesbian. Yes. Yeah. Because when you first come out, like, you know, as a straight person, you don't have to say, "Hey, I'm straight." Right? You don't have to announce that to anyone. People just assume that from you, right? But now, you know, when you're gay, you have to fucking say some shit so people know what's up. And I came out to my sister, she's like, "What? Well, you just haven't had the right dick." You know, and little did she know I did try dick. And it was not fun. I mean, it wasn't too bad. You know, there was one guy that I actually ended up being fuck buddies with him for a little bit. And we were like the try guys of sex. We're like, "Dude, let's try this shit out." "Dude, did you see the fucking ropes?" "Yeah, you gotta learn that knot." Like, it was fun. It was fun. But there was this one guy, and this is where I realized, like, holy shit. I go to his house because I never have a bitch come to my house. Fuck that. Some random ass dude showing up to my house? No, thank you. I'm gonna go to yours. And I'm sitting on his face, and I'm just sitting there. Yeah. And out of nowhere, he goes, "What?" He's like, "Hey, do you want to take a shit in my mouth?" Literally, internal screaming. And the first thing that came to my mind, cause of death. E. coli, Priscilla Blanco shit. I wanted to die, alright? Immediately I thought, like, fuck, if I end up in prison, like, that's just not gonna look cute, right? Like, you imagine me in prison? Like, I don't know, maybe I would get a lot of action, I don't know. Pros and cons. But I don't know, I feel like I would probably be like, you know, that nerdy ass bitch in the corner somewhere, and somebody would just come up to me like, "Hey! 4 eyes!" Yeah, you. Look, I'm cool. I'm just gonna, like, you know, listen to music over here in the corner. "Oh, what are you in here for?" You really don't want to know. It's not cool. "Oh, so you're innocent, huh? You think you're innocent, huh, Shirley Temple?" No, it's just really gross. Like, you really don't want to know. "Hey, everybody! Oh, yeah, Shirley Temple with a big ass. She's innocent. She's innocent." No, literally. I just sat on a white man's face and took a shit in his mouth. That's what happened. Okay, girl, we're good. We are good. I would probably make friends with all those bitches in there, like, for real. I'd probably just be like, I did a service to my community. You're welcome. Yeah. But, you know, my family, every time that I, like, talk about them, there's such a contradiction. Because I grew up as a Jehovah's Witness. Yeah. Who is right? Yeah. And growing up as a Jehovah's Witness is very different, you know. You live in a very conservative household. You can't do a lot of things that normal kids do on a Saturday morning. Like, what were you doing when you were a kid on a Saturday?
Cartoons.
Huh?
Pokemon.
Pokemon, yeah, cartoons. What else? Huh? Yeah. Riding bike, doing normal kid things, right? Not me. I had to put on a skirt every fucking morning. All right? And remember, I'm like, at this point, I'm like 9, and I'm still chunky. All right? I've always been my little chunky little baby. And I have to go out into the scorching heat, and my thighs are just chafing down the sidewalk to bring you the good word. I wear pants now, so fuck the skirt. Yeah. But yeah, my family, they were like, oh my God, you know, you have to preach, you have to be an example in the organization. You know, being a Jehovah's Witness, they call it the organization. Sounds like a business, sounds like a Mary Kay kind of thing. I don't know. But you know, they're hypocrites because these motherfuckers, as Christian as they want to be, they're deep into Medicaid and Medicare fraud. And Cuban, yeah. But mainly Medicaid and Medicare fraud. And, you know, my aunt went to prison. She just got out for that. My uncle went to prison for that. My cousin was in prison for 13 years for Medicaid and Medicare fraud. It's the family business. And I didn't follow in their footsteps. I'm ashamed. But, you know, my mom just got fucking spiraled when my uncle went to prison because I was her baby brother, you know. And she's like, no, I can't ir a ver Jesus. Of course, his name is Jesus. And whatever, we get in the car with my aunt. We're driving up 95. We stop by a bakery. We grab some snacks. We keep driving up to 95, get to Jacksonville. We're finally at the hotel. And that morning, before we go visit my uncle in the prison, my mom sits on her chair. And she's like, Priscilla, ven acá. Flips a titty. Flips another titty. My mom was a big woman, all right? We eat a lot of beans. And she's like, ven acá, méteme con una croqueta, méteme aquí un pastelito, aquí méteme con soda. Every crevice of my mom's body, we were putting food in that bitch, all right? We make our way to the prison. Yeah, we're like freaking out because this is illegal, yet again. And we get to the yard where my uncle's sitting, and he's thin, malnourished. We're probably getting some bomb-ass gay dick, right? Yes. And, you know, we're talking to him like, Pasa Jesus, what's wrong, Jesus? Like, tell us, you know, are you 33 now? Did you just come? And my uncle's like, yeah, no, you know, it's just tough here, bro. Like, it's prison, you know? Food sucks, everybody's sad, but we're working out really hard. I'm like, that's great, bro. And my mom's like, don't worry. ¡Fua! Croqueta preparada. ¡Fua! Un pastelito. ¡Fua! Una empanada. ¡Fua! Un pequeño. Una jupiña. And it was warm. That's love. My name is Priscilla Blanco, y'all. Have a great night. Thank you.
Give it up one more time for Priscilla! Are you guys having a good time? Yeah! That's my codependency talking! Yeah! Alright, so coming up next, we have another special performer. I don't know a whole lot about him, so I did what I normally do when I don't know a lot about a guy. I stalked their Instagram. So his Instagram handle was Party Stranger, which I thought was interesting, because he doesn't party. I don't see any party fucking pictures. Whatever. I don't know what kind of party he's into. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? What else? He won the 1975, I think it was a spelling bee championship. I don't know. I'm not joking. Anyway, give it up for Chris Shepherd!
All that information was correct. I'm very lonely. We're having a party after this. I will be your designated stranger. I'm happy to be here with you guys, man. Thanks for coming out, seriously. I'm happy to be anywhere at all right now after last year. Yeah. I met a man during the pandemic with no ears. I said, that must be terrible, everyone always complaining about you not wearing a mask. And he looked at me and he said, "What?" This is why I don't get invited to parties, if you're wondering. No, I'm happy to be here. I'm happy to be anywhere. I'm happy to be back at work, which is something I never thought I'd be. Yeah. I just got fired from my job. Yeah. I did just get fired. No, it's okay. I'm happy because now I can pursue my dream job, which is to work at Smoothie King. Get there. We're gonna get there together. Guys, like, I like Smoothie King, but I love the idea of a smoothie monarchy. Like an entire socioeconomic structure and class system based around the concept of a smoothie. Fuck yeah. What I really want is I want to work at Smoothie King so I can take the job too seriously. Who among you smoothie peasants is worthy of counsel with the king? It's concubine, the Dairy Queen. I like Smoothie Kings. They like to pretend it's healthy, but it's like 99% milkshakes. The Dairy Queen doesn't give a fuck. And they're gonna shove fat in their faces and they're gonna beg us for it. And I do. I read a story last week about a family that got caught in a current in a river in Florida, and the son had to swim for an hour to save them. Bless you. Intimacy at its finest. We're doing it together. He had to swim for an hour to save them, guys. And there's two things about that right away. If you were swimming in a river in Florida, you have already lost. We don't need to save everybody. We don't need more people selling bad health insurance to pay for bottle service. Second thing about that, how fucked up is Florida that it's national news when somebody doesn't drown? Like, it might have been on the news, but like real quick after the Powerball and before the Cialis commercial. I feel the worst for the dad in this situation. You know, he waited all month to have this weekend with his kids. Let's not pretend that River Dad is also full custody dad. Pool Dad may be full custody dad. River Dad saved the Coors Light before he watched his kids float away. I can say that because I'm a part-time dad. I don't have any kids, but I fit the bill. I look like a guy who's always about to get his life together. Tomorrow I'll stop doing acid and apply for that job at Smoothie King. I don't smoke weed, which surprises most people who talk to or look at me. I don't smoke weed. I used to, but I lost. Never done that before. Someone gave me an edible right before a college paper and said, "Don't eat the whole thing," and I ate the whole thing. An hour into writing the paper, I was like, "What are words?" Another hour later, I was like, "What are letters?" And then 2 hours later, I was pretending to be a snake in the shower. You guys ever got so high that you turned into an animorph? But that person shouldn't smoke weed. I don't smoke weed, but I love drinking. I'm a big fan of drinking. Where are my drinkers at? Yeah, you have a problem. Just kidding. I love drinking, guys. But I envy people that don't drink a lot. Because when they drink, it's exciting. Everybody's like, "Oh shit, Randy's having a beer. Tonight's gonna be awesome." When I drink, it's a lot of, "Fuck, Chris is drinking again. This is gonna keep him out of the canals." We both go on adventures, but we go on very different adventures. adventures, you know. Somebody that doesn't drink a lot, they might be like, I went out on St. Patrick's Day. I had 2 beers. I was out until midnight. And I'm like, I drank tequila in a swimming pool and woke up in an MRI machine. We both had an adventure, but I got to throw up in something that costs more than a Bugatti. So, who's the real winner here? Fuck you, Bill Gates. I'm the Warren Buffett of puking places. I make a lot of bad mistakes when I drink. I like to preface this next thing by saying that the statute of limitations has run out on hurt feelings, so I'm allowed to talk about this. I was married this one time for 10 years. Yeah, some people wait until they get married to have sex, and some people marry the first person that will have sex with them. She had sex with me, I was like, lock it down, this is it. Doesn't get any better. It does. But we got married young, man. To put it in perspective, I met her at a party where I was doing shots of vodka out of tortilla chips. Like, I wouldn't trust that person as a casual acquaintance, and this idiot married me. Well, like, in her defense, the first time that she met my parents, she was doing something called robo-tripping. Some of you know what that is. If you don't know what that is, that's where you take enough cold medicine that your brain stops working. No, Mom, she's not retarded. She took 12 Coricidin in the bathroom. No, I know she's crying about the pizza again. There's nothing I can do about it. Oh, for real, we got married for immigration. It's really the only reason anyone gets married anymore. Which led to the most romantic proposal in history, where I rolled through the Cheeto dust in my twin bed to pull a marriage application out of a JanSport backpack and said, do you want to stay here, or... Things were good for a long time, man. Were good for a few years there. And then I started doing comedy. If you guys ever want to test the foundation of a new relationship, start doing this. Do it 7 nights a week and don't have a conversation about it. Because unbeknownst to me, she had also picked up a hobby, fucking other dudes. It's cool. I'm not mad about it, because like the one dick she was supposed to have is here right now being joked about on stage. You know, I fucking get it. So I had enough one day. I woke up, I decided to do the grown-up thing. I left a note. Like it was 1812 and a covered wagon was waiting outside to take me to war. We split up for a while I worked on this joke, and she counted the popcorn on a lot of ceilings. You know what I'm saying. Spent a lot of time in dark rooms not developing photographs. You get what I'm saying. We were split up. I get a call one day from one of her friends. Her friend said, your wife, she was in an accident. She flipped her car on the highway 7 times, and we need you to come get her from the hospital. And I was at like a real crossroads at that point in my life, you know, because, like, yeah, she sucked a lot of strange dicks. But at the same time, that's my wife, and I made a commitment. But mostly, I was second on the list at an open mic that night. So I did the comedy. And I picked her up from the hospital. We barely made it back to her place before we were banging again, mostly because she was still drunk from the alcohol that made her car be upside down. Got back to her place. I consider it my first threesome because the lump on her head was big enough. Don't start pitying her, all right? No, and things were good again for a little while, but like when they say don't go back, they mean don't go back, okay? It's not a movie. It's not The Notebook. If a guy builds you a house, get a restraining order. Okay. We would still see each other after we split again so I could get my mail and fuck or whatever, you know, for immigration. It got to this weird point where she had a new boyfriend, I had a new girlfriend. I remember being downstairs in her Subaru when her new boyfriend was upstairs and thinking, this is weird. Also a shining endorsement for the versatility of a Subaru. Infidelity, it's what makes a Subaru a Subaru. You guys are right, that was about 30 seconds too long. It's not the worst person I've ever dated. I used to date this girl, and every time she came over, her breath already smelled like condoms. There's a lot of things I'm okay with breath smelling like, and that's not at the top of the list. But I give people the benefit of a doubt, like, to a fault. So I'm like, you know what, Chris, man, maybe when she's not with you, she's not sucking strange dick. Maybe she's a secret clown. She's blowing up balloon animals, and that's why it smells like that. Then I had to say to myself, hey, Chris, what's worse? So if you come home and your partner's blowing someone, you'll get over that. If you come home and there's a surprise clown in your apartment, you're never going to be the same person again. If you come home and there's a surprise clown giving blowjobs in your apartment, maybe you're into that. Also, sidebar, I think that's how mimes are made. I think every mime is just someone who came home too early, saw a clown giving a blowjob, like, what's the opposite of this? No colors, quiet forever. Guys laugh at weird shit sometimes. I can't get you pegged. Also, sidebar to my sidebar. A lot of people don't know this. The original person to walk in on a clown giving a blowjob was Helen Keller. The mime supreme. Hang on a second. Fuck Helen Keller. She grew up wealthy, grew up poor, then learned to read blind and deaf, you bitch. Also, Helen Keller's whole family owned slaves. I don't give a fuck if you couldn't read or write if you owned people that weren't allowed to read or write. Also, not a lot of people know this, Helen Keller was a notorious animal abuser. I fucking made that up, but those other things were fucked up enough that you believe that about Helen Keller. I almost lost you there with Helen Keller. It's a tight one. It's a tight one. When I'm not doing stand-up, I like to give me a second. When I'm not doing stand-up, I like to write movies and watch porn, often at the same time. Recently, those worlds have collided for me, and I realized that none of us have ever seen the third act of a porn. We always get the first act, which is, I don't know if we should do this, you're my stepmom. And the second act, which is, I came on my stepmom. Never get the third act, which is, oh my god, I fucked my stepmom. I'm a monster. I feel like we're getting to know each other here. I can be honest with you guys. I was watching this porn the other day where this guy came over to change this lady's light bulb. You've seen it. Probably a couple times. This time I fucked up the timing and I came during the 15 seconds where a guy was just changing a light bulb. I don't know what to do with myself now. I've been hanging around Home Depots a lot. I get an erection every time someone gets an idea. You know. And then I realized, oh, I wrote my own third act to this porn. Some people watch a guy change a light bulb, have sex with a girl, and then go about their day. I watched a guy change a light bulb and then question my sexuality for 3 years. So what I'm saying is, be the third act you want to see in the world. Yeah, sure, finish watching that video, but then iron the shirt for the job interview you have tomorrow. This is the motivational speaker portion of my comedy set. Thank you. Thank you. Like the Tim Robinson of depression. It's okay. Thank you, Moby, for giving me what I've always needed. I was once politely uninvited from a threesome that I was already participating in. Which is the only way you should be uninvited from a threesome, because if you're uninvited and it's not polite, you shouldn't have been there in the first place. Chances are you walked in on two people fucking and went, "Don't mind if I do!" And two naked people, let's have passionate sex, watching me get dressed in the dark corner of a room and look for my car keys, which were missing, mostly because they were in my pocket. But you don't invite me from a threesome and expect me to go quietly into the night. And for years I thought, this is my rock bottom. And I had sex with a homeless woman in Daytona Beach. I found out I was her rock bottom. That's rock bottom. Thank you guys very much.
Yeah. Some people drink alcohol, some people smoke heroin, some people abuse benzodiazepines and cough syrup. This is a judgment-free zone. All right. Coming up next to the stage, we have our next performer, and then we have our headliner. Yes! But the show's not over because guess what? You guys can all stay for the next show. Yay! Are you excited? You're on some serious downers right now, but that's okay. All right, so coming up next to the stage, I told you we have our next performer. She actually is super cool because she's wearing really nice pants. And she's also going to be performing at SuperCon. So give it up for Connie Soren!
It's usually the reaction I get when I compare myself to a discount superstore. People are like, bitch, you're like Sedanos. Or like Bravo or some shit, right? How y'all doing tonight? Welcome to the second show. Yes. Any immigrants in the house? Don't worry, I'm not immigration. You guys are like, me? I'm the last person to be immigration, okay? Oh, hi, welcome. Love this. Love it. Cool. Come on in, make yourselves comfortable. Where are you guys from over here? Florida. Boo. Like where? Like Miami, Florida? West Palm? Oh my God, how is it up there? The smile says it all. Just like, I went to West Palm once, and literally the first thing I see when I get there is a Trump rally. So I never went back. Where are you guys from over here? Peru. Oh, cool. I'm not Peruvian, but I've had a lot of Peruvian in me, if you catch my drift. Yeah, it's that kind of show. Your host is very, very gay, and you're stuck with me for the rest of the night, so be prepared to hear it all. What else? Are you guys a couple? Oh, I'm so sorry. I always do that too. Like, I always expect people to be like, yeah, and then it's always like, so are you guys just fucking then? No? Come on, Peru. Are you Peruvian too? Oh, I see what's happening here. Okay. I'm just gonna leave it at that. Peru and Chicago. Okay. Don't worry, I won't tell. What over here? No? Cool. Where are you from? From here. Boo. Anyone not from Florida? Where are you guys from? Oh, Russia. Wow. You guys are super popular here. Have you heard? Are you also from Russia? New York. Oh, wow. Look, we have parallels. What about you guys? Brazil. Como? No, that's French. Fuck. My mom's like from the border. What? Portuguese. Yeah. No. But I was trying to think of something in Portuguese, but it came into French. I'm so talented. And so I can assume that you guys are a couple. Yeah, we're married. Oh, married. Cool. How long? Wow, congratulations. Give it up for the married couple. Is this your honeymoon? No? You guys live here? Oh, okay, cool. Nice. Congratulations. Hope it lasts forever. I'm single and bitter. But for straight people, it's different, though. You guys can just go to a bookstore and find love, you know? Like, gay people, we have to go on apps, and we have to go to glory holes and cruising in the park. And then it never ends happily ever after, so... Fuck you, straight people. No, just kidding. I love straight people because there wouldn't be gays without straights breeding, right? Right? Yeah. Any gays here? Cool. Bye. Just kidding. I love straight people. I love straight men, and straight men love me. There was a flower on the floor. It's being deflowered. My favorite thing about being single, though, and gay in South Florida, it's so hard. It's the sunniest place for the shadiest motherfuckers. Yeah. And I also hate getting so many messages from exes and fuckboys. The other day, literally, my ex texted me. This was literally a week ago, right? Mind you. We've been in the pandemic how long? Like a year and a half? This motherfucker texted me like, hey, I know things are not okay between us. I'm like, no shit. But he's like, but this whole pandemic thing has got me like thinking like I hope you're okay and like your family's okay. And I would have appreciated that, but be a little bit more creative, right? Like we've been in the pandemic a year and a half. Like I'm good. If I haven't died already, I'm not gonna die. And I got COVID, being vaccinated, by the way. So I'm good. Like I would have appreciated more if he was like more current with his pickup line. You know, like, hey, I saw what's going on in Afghanistan, you know? And it has me thinking, when I'm gonna see you again. Right? Or if he was like, oh my God, these wildfires in California had me thinking like, when are we gonna reignite the spark and the flame? Right? Oh, you like that, yeah. Or my favorite one, the way to my heart is Britney Spears. So he could have been like, free Britney, more like free your ass. Right? That I might have considered that. Free Britney, by the way, right? No? Yeah. She birthed the whole gen. Let me not even start, because I will be up here. This will become a TED Talk on Britney Spears, okay? But it hasn't been that bad, okay? I have gone on a few dates. But one guy that I went on a date with, he took an issue when he walked into my room and saw my Britney Spears posters. And yes, I'm 30 and I still have Britney posters. Fuck the judgment. He walks in and he's like, oh, hell no. Because he's one of those masculine gays, you know? He's like, hell no. This shit's gotta go or I go. And I was like, oh, fuck, okay. So I literally had to roll a poster off the wall so I can beat the shit out of him with it as I'm kicking him out of my house. It's Britney, bitch! Right? Jeez. So that ended happily. I guess he didn't want to hit me, baby, one more time. I didn't get so lucky. You know what's coming. Oops. I did it again. I will have pretty puns all night. The second guy I was dating, he ghosted me. No, but don't feel too bad. He literally ghosted me because he died. There's no punchline. He actually died. I'm sorry, wherever you are. No, it was traumatizing. I didn't hear from him for like 2 weeks, right? I'm like, fuck, is it me again? Like, did I overshare again? And then I go on Facebook and I see a post that's like, oh my God, my cousin, RIP, I love you so much, and a bunch of pictures of him. And I learned so much about him just from that post, like his real name. Yeah. And then I was like, you know what? I should post like a memory, you know, with him. But then I realized all the pictures of me and him were his dick in my mouth. Right? So I was like, can't do that. So that ended, obviously. I'm a widow, you guys. Wait, what's a male widow? Does anyone know? What is it? A widower? That's boring. I want something like, I don't know, like a sparrow. Right? I'm a sparrow. Something that gives me hope to move on and mourn my loss. Maybe he's, I don't know. I don't know where we go after, but all I know he's not in my pants, so. My God, I'm so sorry. Like every time I tell these jokes, I'm like, you died for me to tell these cheap ass jokes on stage. R.I.P. Carlos, or was it Andres? Right? Fuck boys, even when they're dead. And then the last guy, the most recent guy I was seeing, I know, it's terrible. Have you ever had someone die on you, like that you were dating? No? Cool. Happy for you. Even happier for you guys. Let's knock on wood. The last guy, he texted me a day before Valentine's Day. This was a while ago. And he's like, hey, I've been having a great time getting to know you. I'm like, oh my God, thanks. He's like, you're really nice. I'm like, wow. He's like, you're cute, you're handsome, you have your life together, your family loves you, your career is great, you have your shit together, you're just not what I'm looking for. So I'm like, what? Right, Russia? I'm like, then what the fuck are you looking for? That's like going up to Britney and being like, hey, Britney, here's your freedom. And she's like, that's not what I'm looking for. Right? So that also ended. But he did actually hit me up on Valentine's Day and we did hook up because I'm a clown. And then he blocked me again because I'm more of a clown. We have, on that note, we have such a great show for you guys tonight. Everyone on this lineup here was not born in the United States, myself included. I'm from Uruguay. I usually give you guys a pause so you can Google where Uruguay is. And I moved here when I was 11 years old. So everyone that you're going to see on the stage, again, is not from the United States, and that's what I love about this, because immigrants make America what? Okay, good. I just went on a limb there. I'm like, please say great and not like suck or like die. You know, but you're dating an immigrant, so are you. So we're just, you too, yeah. Where are you from?
St. Louis.
Oh my God. Do you guys see the pattern? You two break the pattern, lesbians. I just assumed, I don't know. You have a whole lesbian look to yourself, which is great, I love lesbians, obviously. All right, are we ready for some show? Yeah? The first comic of the night, he might actually be the only Cuban in West Palm Beach. Please put your hands together for Lando Gonzalez!
I'm gonna ask you just for 1 second. Please, can you clap just a little bit harder than that? I am holding my urine for you people. I was like, I had more time, but then he called my name and run out here. So I appreciate your support. throughout the... Who's here from West Palm Beach, by the way? Oh, just my wife. Ladies and gentlemen, that's my wife. Hey, all the assholes from West Palm Beach. Like, who else drove all the way down here? No, just us. And it's true what he's saying about the Trump rallies. It's crazy. These people are very persistent. You know, and this is not a political stance, but every time I drive past it, and this is true of every Trump rally, there's always more flags than people. Every time, you know, and like it doesn't matter how you feel about them politically. I'm just saying, at least they support small businesses. Like, they mean that shit when they say it, you know? You gotta take your hat off to that type of commitment. I like being in Miami. Miami's good. I don't live here. I'm smarter than that. But I do like visiting, because I'm Cuban, and Miami is not quite the motherland, but it does feel like a caring step-parent that folds your laundry. That's what it feels like to be Cuban in Miami. It's kind of dope. And I like that they set up this immigrant show, right? I like that you're going to get a little bit of a taste of mostly... That's what we got in terms of immigrants right now. We're going to grow and diversify, I'm sure. We're going to get some people from Qatar eventually. Maybe some North Koreans if we get really lucky. Really lucky. Get a Cuban, which is a dime a dozen. They just throw a rock outside and hit one on the head. Like we're fucking everywhere. Like, you don't have to learn English to live here anymore. That's how much we've taken over this land. It's a brand new country. It's a brand new country. You come in here, you walk into a Walgreens, you order something, and the lady's just going to look at you funny. We went to the Dolphin preseason game just this past weekend. Any Dolphin fans in the audience? That's about the right response. I gotta be honest with you. It's not like they're giving us a lot of reasons to keep rooting for them. Maybe this year. We say that every year. Maybe this year. Even if you're not a football fan, you understand that feeling, right? It's like, let's hope for better. We went to this Dolphin game, and my wife wanted garlic fries. I went up. I walked over to the station, and I was like, can I have some garlic fries, sir? And he goes, ¿qué? Can I have some garlic fries, sir? ¿Qué? Papitas con garlic. My English and my Spanish, you know, not great. You know, and he's like, he turns around, he grabs the fries, he gives them to me. And then I'm like, can I have a side of ranch? ¿Qué? Like, just like a side of ranch. His friend turns around and goes, El Ranch. Am I in an SNL skit? Like, that doesn't actually work. Sure enough, he got the fucking ranch. But then I got to our chairs, and I gave my wife the fries, and they were just potatoes. There were no garlic on them. Yeah, that's it. That's a very... I'm sure you were expecting a punchline at the end. There wasn't one, and I'm sorry. You know, I'm very good at disappointing people. My mom especially. But it's just like mildly disappointed in me, you know? So she loves me very much, and she was very supportive when I got married, but shortly after, she asked me, I just don't Cuban girl. And I was like, Mom, have you met Cuban women? Because you raised me, I will learn from that mistake. Why didn't you marry a nice Cuban girl? Because you brought me to this country and told me to assimilate. That's why. It's a white man's country. I gotta have white man dreams. That's the way you achieve it. I want to be able to ride horseback at sunset and take little Abigail and Jacob to figure skating lessons. I want to play the stock market, but not as like my income, you know, like it's just disposable income. I'm just saying, they don't call it a brown picket fence. That would have landed better if I wouldn't have stumbled. Isn't that weird? It's such a little thing, you know, just a failure of speech. All of a sudden, it's like, oh shit. And I know it would have worked better too. That's what I'm telling you. Otherwise, I wouldn't. I'm doing this for myself ultimately. So I will get that back in my own head, even if they don't laugh about it. Growing up in Cuba was weird. It was really weird because you don't realize you're in poverty when you're living in the middle of it. You need to see the alternative to see that, oh shit, all my childhood memories were just signs of a collapsing infrastructure. Yeah, it's strange. I remember loving to play hide and go seek when the electricity went out. My favorite snack was just bread and sugar. That's it. That's all we had. And we're talking about Cuban bread, not this Publix deli shit. Like, I could knock down that wall with the shit that I was eating. I remember my mom would encourage me to go out and play in the rain, and now I just realized because we had no running water. And you would think that Cubans understanding this, right, would have a little bit of sympathy for other Cubans, but we don't. We don't. It's really easy to just chill over here in air conditioning. You know what we do to them when they come over? We take them to a supermarket, like to show them all this shit that they didn't have growing up. That seems abusive. A little bit, right? Like, oh, would you rub that in their face? We just came from misery. That's like playing the movie The Notebook to a battered women's shelter and being like, who does that? I remember I came here when I was 10 years old. And one of the first things that my mom and my dad did, they took me to Disney World. And, you know, they don't make the best decisions, so they let me roam around on my own. I ended up going to the bathroom, and I was standing there at the urinal, and then I see somebody, like, look over me, and I look up, and there's this 40-year-old man staring down on my 9-year-old dick. Laughter is a weird reaction I have to that. Not judging, you didn't go any further. As far as Survivor story goes, Jesus Christ, it's a problem. As far as survival story goes, I'm just gonna keep messing it up every time. So pretty tame. Nothing bad happened to me. The guy didn't attack me, he didn't grope me, he didn't try to steal me. But it did do something to my brain, right? It scrambled me a little bit. I developed this weird insecurity. If I'm going to use the urinal, I won't use it if there's a man close by. Like when I take a shit in the toilet, in the stall, in my work, when somebody comes into the bathroom, I hold my shit in because I don't want them to smell what the inside of me smells like. That seems very intimate. Like, they don't need to know that about me. You know? There's a reason why I tell you all this. Because a couple of weeks ago, I read this article about our 36th. There's a reason why I tell you all this. Because a couple of weeks ago, I read this article about our 36th president, Lyndon B. Johnson. And what Lyndon Johnson used to do was he would have diplomats come to the White House, and while they were negotiating in the Oval Office, he would go to the bathroom and start taking a shit with the door open while sustaining conversation as a power move. As a power move. And in that moment, I realized that 40-year-old man stole a lot more from me than I initially thought. Think about how many raises I could have had. How many promotions I left on the table? How many failed relationships, which I'm really glad they failed, by the way. Ooh, smooth, solid. That wasn't planned. Pretty good. I'll just revel in it a little bit. Anyways, I can't take a shit in front of people. That's the whole point. That was better than my punchline. It's so weird coming over here from a 10-year-old's perspective. Because you go from this misery, this poverty, to like Buzz Lightyear, Hard Rock Casino. You come and you see all the opulence, baby showers. Baby showers. Is there a greater sign of excess than a baby shower? You're buying a human being clothes years in advance before you even know if they're gonna make it. I know the odds are good. I'm just saying. My wife and I went to a baby shower. This is about a year ago. And somebody got the baby an Under Armour onesie. An you know how much it cost. That's how you reacted. That's how you reacted. Because you know what? That was my instinct too. I looked that shit up. An Under Armour onesie cost $37. $37 for a human that hasn't even been born yet. And when he is born, he will outgrow it in a week. Not to mention, Under Armour is a company that makes athletic apparel. Is this kid gonna be running routes? To catching passes? What the fuck? Under Armour onesie, it's ridiculous. It's everywhere around us, man. You can't escape the opulence. Once you start noticing it, you notice it though. Like the Food Network. Another sign of excess. Channel dedicated to streaming visions of food for 24 hours a day. Food is a scarce resource in many places. There's 24 hours of us just filming Guy Fieri, the human embodiment of a high school mascot, shoveling burgers into his fucking mouth. And I know he's a nice guy. Like, I know he donates a lot of money. I don't have a problem with the mascot. I don't have a problem with the mascot. I have a problem with the principle. Because it's not like they're humble about it either. Have you heard the music in the Food Network? If I have to hear the tense drop in music when a sirloin is overcooked, I don't know what. How do you justify making a vinaigrette reduction to hide a drama? I don't. You know what really pisses me off about the Food Network is those kid baking shows. Fuck those kids. Fuck them. Fuck them. I know it's not cool. I know it's not cool, but every single one of them is upper middle class and higher. That's not a sin. It's an observation. It's an observation, because that's literally the only socioeconomic class that can afford to fuck up dinner as a hobby. You guys have been awesome, by the way. And I really appreciate you staying. You guys have a great show. Come in, give it up for your amazing host.
For the opposite, all of you. See, he's the Hispanic immigrant, and you're the wife, right? Give it up for the wife, Ashley. I just put you out there on the spot. She's right there, dead in center. Cool, that was awesome. I felt like his whole set was in Spanish, though, right? Did you guys get that? Right? At one point, like, my brain was like dissociating from English, and I'm like, because I speak Spanish fluently, obviously, I'm like, is this Spanish? Because it's so passionate. Speaking of Spanish, my parents are here. Yes. They get to see me tell dick jokes for a while. Right, Mom? Oh, they just had their anniversary. Yes. Mom, you want to tell everyone how long you've been together? Oh, Dad, you want to tell them? 38 years. The guy's dying on me. Can you believe that shit? What the fuck, yo? Congratulations. May your love last forever. Woo woo. How are we doing? How is Russia, New York, my lesbians, West Palm? We're all doing good. Are we drinking? Yeah. Are we fucking? Not here, hopefully. Actually, I can't see anything past the front row, so if you're fucked, I would literally not know. And I won't tell. Just meet me in the bathroom. Bye. Are we ready for some more show? Now, our next comedian, she is a regular here at Villain, I almost said West Palm Beach, at Villain Theater, and she's one of the greatest comics here in South Florida. Please put your hands together for Cindy and Boisson.
You get it. I have to. Listen, I'm married. I need to sanitize the mic so I could outlive my husband and find fucking happiness. One day, you know. You like that? Is this do you feel the same? She's like, I get it! Get it! Oh, this is nice. Give it up. Isn't Lando, isn't that cute? Isn't he cute? I mean, I know his wife is here, but I don't give a shit. You know what I mean? He's cute. Listen, if I were 20 years older, that fucker would have been dead. Because I'm smart. I wouldn't go at him now. You know what I mean? And I would not have gone at him 20 years ago. I'd have been too busy, you know? But 20 years from today, oh my God, because then he could never say no. You wouldn't be able to say no to an old woman, you know what I mean? You would have to give in. You'd have to give in. Oh my God, let me tell you guys, I am so happy to be here tonight. I am. Listen. And it has a lot to do with my living condition. My husband and I recently downsized, and we're now in a 1-bedroom apartment. And that fucker is in every room. I'm so sick of it. Yes. No, marriage is hard. Are you guys married? How long? Since March. No, oh my God, you should be sitting in his face. That's what you do. That's what you do. At this time, you sit in his face, and he has the perfect broom. Look at this. So good. No, marriage is hard. Let me tell you, you guys have just started. I've been in it for 21 years. Oh my gosh. And it's hard. It's hard. Are you guys, what's happening here? You seem to be enjoying the marriage joke so much. I'm like, what do you know? Spill it. What do you know?
We know nothing.
That's why it's so good. You just, No, it's hard, let me tell you. And it's hard because people ask you shit all the time when you're married. You know, when they don't see you with your spouse, they're like, how's your husband? I'm like, I don't know. I haven't seen him for a very long time. And people always act surprised, like, what do you mean? Like, where is he? I'm like, he's there, but I don't look at him. I don't look at him. Don't look at him. No. Are you guys married as well? Oh, he was quick with it. Engaged. It could end tonight. We're just engaged. It's not that serious, please. Look away. Engaged. How long?
We've been there for like
a year.
Not a year.
Oh shit, it's getting serious. You're a technical couple. Okay. I'm gonna ruin their night. Fuck up their night tonight. No, I mean, look, listen, I shit on my husband a lot, but he's very supportive, and you need it. In any relationship, you need support. My husband he's very supportive of my career. You know, he came home a few weeks ago and he was like, I have a premise for you. I'm like, okay. You know? He's like, you should do a joke about why businesses set up next to each other. I'm like, all right. I'm in. He's like, because today on my drive, I saw a car wash next to a funeral home. I'm like, all right. You know. Keep it, you know, because I need an end. I need an end. And he's like, well, that's when you say weird. What are they gonna do? Wash a dead and bury the car? And she said it's important. She got it. So she said you should go to... Give him time. You know? He's engaged. Maybe. She said, you know, Sandian, you should see an accent reduction coach. What? Yeah. An accent reduction coach. I didn't know there was such a thing. And so I did. I went, and sure enough, the first thing she said to me, she's like, you know, Sandian, you're not pronouncing your R's at the end of words. You say beer. It's beer. I'm like, fair enough. Sounds fair enough. You know, we're going through it, and she said, you know, you're not pronouncing your INGs at the end of words. You say playing. It's playing. Right? fucking uncomfortable. I'm still going though, because there's some things I have to work on. I had to adjust to how much you like. You guys love animals. It was an adjustment for me, because, I mean, in Trinidad and Tobago, we love animals, but not more than is necessary. Like, we would bathe them, for sure. We'd feed them. You know, my friend told me that her son's pet fish had an eye infection. I'm like, oh. What are you not doing? That you have the time to watch this fucker swim, you just... Like, is that a cataract? Like, is that a... And then what do you do at that point? I'm like, what did you do? She's like, well, I had to go to the pet store. I'm like, the inconvenience. You know, to have to take a picture of this fucker and then go to the pet store and just, you have to buy a new one, obviously, and flush that one in the flush that in the toilet. I know. And then this guy made national headline news when he was recorded giving CPR to a squirrel. He thought he accidentally struck while driving. You saw it, Venezuela. She doesn't know much about geography, but squirrel. Giving CPR to a squirrel. So I was doing this joke at a show a few weeks ago, and I said, you know that 2-finger CPR, and I did this. And someone in the audience said to me, that's not how you give CPR to a squirrel. She said, you have to do this. She said, you have to do this. I said, oh, thank you, but what about if I just do this? Fuck that squirrel. Nobody gives CPR, and people were like, give this guy an award. I'm like, well, why not just give him a life? You know? Clearly he has not. Look, I would do something too. If ever I felt I was involved in a roadkill, I would do something. I just wouldn't be able to stop. I'm always late. But I would call it in. But that's the thing. There are no signs that tell you who to call if you're involved in a roadkill. Have you ever seen a sign? None. I'm going to put up some signs. I'm telling you now, Chicago. I'm going to put some signs up. I'm going to put... Do you know what the sign should say? You have any idea what it should say? Let me tell you what my sign is going to say. In the event of a roadkill, please call P.F. Chance. I know that wasn't nice. It wasn't. I should not. That was not nice of me. I shouldn't say it. But they do have a reputation. And then they season that shit so well. Yum, 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 yum. Yum, yum, yum. I know. Oh boy, let me tell you. I have to leave you guys, but I just want to tell you guys why I moved to the United States. I moved here for my son. He was a swimmer, and he wanted the opportunity to move to the US to earn himself a swim scholarship. And so we sacrificed our life, and we moved to the US, and sure enough, he did it. He swam himself to a swim scholarship in New York City. Thank you. I know, and I remember, like, when he left, people just seemed so concerned. They were like, you know, Cindy Ann, you should Google empty nest syndrome. You should. And I was like, okay, I've never heard of it before, never heard of it. So I was kind of curious as to why they use the word nest. I've I've never lived in a nest a day in my life, right? How was I supposed to experience this syndrome? I'm like, okay. So I Googled animals. I Googled, that's fine, you're supposed to laugh. You're supposed to laugh. That's the appropriate response, not like these engaged, unhappy fuckers sitting here. I'm kidding. She's like, wow. Wow. I Googled it. I wanted to see if animals who live in a nest, if they go through depression and grieve their young ones when they leave. Turns out, birds don't give a shit. They don't care. Like, their young ones fly the nest and they never see them again. Turtles also find a very appropriate nest for their young ones. And then they never see them again. They never see their kids ever. Or maybe they do, but they can't tell because they all look a fucking like. You guys have been amazing. Give yourselves. My name is Cynthia.
Yes. Building an entire generation with their hands. Thank you. I'm here. And queer. I know you guys are saying, oh, this homo again. I wanted to share something with you guys. When we first moved here to the United States, we didn't move to Miami where everyone speaks Spanish. And it was really hard. I was in a really, really, really bad place. Not mentally, I was in Broward County. And we moved to Plantation, Florida. Yeah, I know. Everyone, Plantation, Florida. And I didn't know English, but I knew that a plantation was not somewhere I wanted to be at 11 years old. But here we are. We're spreading joy throughout Miami. Are we having fun? Yeah! The next comic's going to need a little bit more than that because he has a lot of energy. Are we having fun? All right, our next comic, he is the stand-up teacher. That's right, we teach classes here at Villain Theater. Please put your hands together for Tarek Turgeman.
Right, that's right. My name is Tarek. Yeah, thank you. I'm the local terrorist. Yes. I'm a gay terrorist. I'm a terrorizing my insecurities. I am an Arab Latino, like Shakira. Yes. She's really cute. She's Colombian Lebanese. So that's like special, you know. I'm Guatemalan Palestinian. Not so cute, right? Not so cute. Not so special. She can sing, she can dance. I can complain. I don't like borders. I don't. Separation walls. I don't like them. No, it's cool. How we doing tonight? Yes! Our immigrant show. Any immigrants here? Yeah? Your immigrant is pointing at you. Where are you from? Where are you from? Brazil. Wow, this is Miami. She's not an immigrant. You're an immigrant. Where are you from? Who the fuck are you? St. Louis, Brazil. Cool. And then you're Russia. And? Wait, are you guys auditioning for 90 Day Fiancé? Wait. I'm a big fan. I'm rooting for you. When did your 90 days start? I can see you just began because you haven't had all the plastic surgery yet. Right? Everyone has plastic surgery after that show. I'm gonna go on. I need some work done. Can someone marry me, please? Yeah. But yeah, I became an American citizen this year. It was great. It was awesome. Yes. I just have to say though, I got approved like last year, like in November, and that was during the Trump presidency. Okay, so someone approved a Guatemalan Palestinian homosexual. They were not doing their fucking job. Okay, I'm just saying for all you Trump voters out there, you know, can you believe that they weren't doing their job? Wow. Yeah. Anyways, where are my vaxxed people at? Woo! This is Florida. We gotta do the other one. Where are my anti-vaxxers? Okay. I heard a woo. I heard an understated woo there. Yeah. I'm vaccinated. You know, I'm not scared of needles. I'm gay. Botox, fillers, you know, penicillin. Dick. I'm not scared of it. It's not scared of it. Multiple doses. I'm an immigrant, right? I was born and raised in Guatemala. Yes, where they make the mala people. Yeah. No, that's not what that word means. People are like, it has mala in the name, which means bad in Spanish. It's not even a Spanish name. It's a Mayan word. So, fuck you. That's that bad. Yeah. So I'm Guatemalan. A lot of people don't like us, right? We're undesirable. Kamala Harris, the vice president, went on TV, right? And she's like, don't come, right? Do not come. And I say to her what I used to tell my ex, too late. My babies are already inside of you. Pass your border wall. My little dreamers are in you and they spread it, okay? My little dreamers. Guatemala's great. Where's my Guatemalan friend at? Get it outside! She's weird too. She's Korean Guatemalan. Yeah, that's the reaction, right? She was the first Korean Guatemalan national, right? Yeah. Give it up for that. Yeah. We like Koreans. They do choreography and they have cute hair, you know? That's it. That's all they do. No, but Guatemala's cool. People like to talk shit about Guatemala, you know? That we're like the worst immigrants. But I think it's kind of like an honor that we're like the most undesirable immigrants, right? There's so many undesirables. Like the entire southern hemisphere of the world is undesirable, you know? You wouldn't know Russia. They like you now here. Yeah. Yeah. How long have you lived in the United States? Oh, okay, cool. Do you go back to Russia? Oh, all right. That's awesome. Are you scared of her sometimes? No. But here in South Florida, they love Russians, right? So many Russians. Do you like it here? Do you guys live in Miami? Right? Where in Miami do you live? Of course. How Russian of you. Yeah. She's a proper Russian. That's more Russian than living in Moscow. God damn it. Shit. Anyways, I used to be obsessed with Russian history when I was a kid because it was so gay. It is. It's so flashy and dramatic. It's like, oh my God, you know? Yeah. So I used to, so some of the first porn that I would download on LimeWire. Do you guys remember LimeWire? Do you remember when you would have to download porn based on the titles? You couldn't even see a preview until like after 4 days when it was down. Like, this sucks! The anticipation was the rush, really. Yeah. I used to watch a lot of Russian porn. So, yeah. Thank you, Russia, okay? I'm kind of into Vladimir Putin sometimes, you know? Right? Vladdy Daddy, you know? He's super powerful. He will poison your eyes. Right? She'll poison your ass. She'll be stealth about it, you know? You don't have to wait like Cindy for her husband to die. You can poison him. They'll never know. They'll never know. You're Russian, bitch. Any New Yorkers here? Of course, I forgot. But you're a new transplant here. Were you guys living in New York? No. Before this? Did you recently move here? Because everyone just moved here from New York. No? I hate New Yorkers. Ew. Right? They're horrible. Because you know, when New York sends their people, they're not sending their best people. Okay? I just have to say. They're sending comedians. They're sending homosexuals. They're sending Bitcoin traders. It's horrible. It's horrible. No, New Yorkers. So weird. They're always like, oh my God, Miami's so humid. Is it always this humid? And I'm like, oh my God, New York smells like trash. Does it always smell like trash? And the answer for both of those is, it's just worse in the summer. Okay. Yeah. But growing up, I'm not just an immigrant, you know, I'm the kid of immigrants. My father's a Palestinian refugee. Yeah, you should feel really bad for me. I know, he traumatized me. Because immigrant parents are very strict. Did anyone have strict immigrant parents? Right? Like ridiculous, for no reason, right? Like I always had to be home by midnight, you know? And that wasn't great because I was already being made fun of in school. So I'm like, Dad, people are gonna call me Cinderella. But no, people call me Magic Carpet, you know? Because I was gay, but Arab, you know? That's a cute nickname. Let's give it to my friends, my bullies. Did anyone get bullied in high school? Did anyone bully in high school? Yeah, wow, you're a bully. Are you okay? Blink twice. No, I got bullied in high school. I got bullied for a lot of things. Mostly for being gay, right? They always bully the gay kids. The worst part is that you have a crush on your bully. You know what I mean? Like, the whole dynamic is very fucked up, you know? And like, the more you think about like gay bullies, you realize, bro, they're so fucking gay. They see the gay in everything, right? You'll be drinking a soda, you'll be sucking on your shoes, like, oh, you like to suck that, gay boy? I'm like, it's a straw. Oh, you dropped your book? Oh, yeah, bend it, gay boy. I was just horrible, so fucking gay, man. I had this bully, and he would always do that shit to me. And then one day in class, he was pretending to be a fortune teller. And he's like telling everyone's fortune, and he was like roasting everyone. You know, he was like, you're gonna be fat, you're gonna have a nose job, And then it came to me, he's like, you're gonna have lots of gay sex. And the entire class started laughing, you know? It was horrible. Horrible. All right? And I wish I could go back and tell him that he has a gift. Because it came true! It came true! I'm sure he's having more gay sex than I am. Bullies and gays in high schools are just like tops and bottoms dating. You know what I mean? Like, I did some bullying too. I'm a power verse. Wait, which means I'm insecure. I'll do anything. But mostly I'm a bitchy Leo. I prefer masturbation. I'm sick of it. I'm not washing my sheets again. How is everyone's quarantine? I broke up with my boyfriend right before the quarantine. Yeah, I wanted to wank off in peace. No, mostly because, you know, he was cute, but he wasn't quarantine cute. That's a specific kind of cute, no. Anyways. Well, I don't know, quarantine was great for me. I got a little too much into the self-love. Anyone else? No? No? there's not much to do, right? So you would be alone. You're like, oh, I think I'm feeling myself, you know. I wanked off in every corner of my house, like, right? Every corner of my house. I'm at a corner, you know. Actually, I'm house sitting, and if anyone's looking for a house sitter, I'm looking for corners. I will wank off in your house for free. Wanking off everywhere, bro. Watching so much porn, OnlyFans. Where my OnlyFans people at? Those are the creators. Where are my subscribers? You guys don't subscribe to OnlyFans, you liars! Oh, it's because the wife is here. The wife is here. I love OnlyFans, but mostly I like it because I'm a realtor for money. It's the same thing as this, but I have to be funnier. Yeah, and like being a realtor is crazy. And I've been a realtor for 12 years. I've seen every fucking condo, every kitchen, every view, you know? So my favorite thing is following like local creators on OnlyFans and then deciphering the unit by while they're fucking, you know? I'm like, oh, that's Midtown 2, Unit 2A. Damn, that's 3 months deposit, 700 score. They doing good. They're doing my OnlyFans on. Shit. Oh my God, I am a realtor. I know it's sad. We're horrible people inside. And that's why we make money. That's true. But being a realtor in Miami is like being an actor in LA. Everyone is a realtor, right? Lots of aspirations, no talent, and mostly just a lot of plastic surgery, you know? That's real estate. But you know, it kills you inside every day, little by little. You're trying to sell this lifestyle. You're trying to sell Miami, the glitz, the glamour, you know? And sometimes you feel bad. You'll be like, oh, look at these counters. And you'll catch a glimpse of yourself on the mirrored black splash. You're like, oh my God. I need Botox. I better sell this shit. I better sell this shit! Anyways, yeah, it sucks being Palestinian. Thank you very much. Yeah, it does. It's tough. Not a lot of people understand what the fuck that is. Weird shit happens to you when you're Palestinian. I went on a date recently. It was this really hot Israeli guy. Yeah, he was hot. I started chatting with him, and he was nice, right? And mostly he was hot, and I was horny, and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna fuck you for the land. For my ancestors, okay? Right? Unoccupy my land and occupy my ass. Substitute. So I went on the date with him, and he was being kind of weird, like, oh, a little borderline racist. I was like, whatever, he's hot. And then the date continues, and no, he gets really racist. And he's like, stop saying Palestine, it doesn't exist. You don't exist. Wanna go have sex in my car? I was so wet. No, I'm kidding. Being told you don't exist is great. But then I got sick of it, right? So like I ghosted him. I went to the bathroom and I ghosted him, right? And then he called me. He kept calling me. He's like, where are you? That's so rude. How the fuck? Why the fuck would you do that? I'm like, I don't exist, okay? So who the fuck were you on a date with, bitch? Guys, my name is Terry. Thank you for being here.
Derek's like a sister to me. The sister that I wish my mom would have aborted. Right, Mom? Right? Pro-choice! Well, you guys are a very lucky audience. We actually have a special guest that's not on the flyer. That's coming all the way from New York. Yeah, so you guys ready for that? Yeah. Give us some love. Come on, show them how we doing in Miami. Yeah! Please put your hands together for the
all about the Cardi B for me, you know? She's like, that bitch is like the epitome of New York City. I was like, is your pussy out? Cardi B. New York City, what borough? Doesn't matter. How's everyone doing tonight? Oh my God, fuck yes, Miami! Fuck yes! I fucking love this theater so much. I was here back in May. I was so lucky to do my special here, and just like being back, the smell of popcorn really makes me want to finger myself, you know? So happy to be here. I almost wore my Spanx, you know? But I didn't. I said, fupa out, bitch, because we're liberals here. Or fuck body dysmorphia. You just spent 30 minutes talking about it. That's it. Fuck yeah. Hi. How's everyone? You believe in COVID still? So do I. Don't worry. I flew in from New York this morning, and I found myself at a Republican luncheon that without my consent. And someone's like, oh my God, it's like against the law to ask for passports. I was like, what? Have you left Florida before? Like, it's like a thing, you know? It's like, hi, are you a human? We just want to check. But see, I'm still in Florida. I forgot Palantin here. I can smell you. I can smell habichuelas. My grandmother, she's so fucking racist that she's so happy that my boyfriend's white. Like, nothing has turned her on more in 70 years, you know? And she's like, Melissa. Gracias a Dios, me now. But like, Melissa, gracias a Dios que Nicolás es gringo. Like, thank God Nicholas is white. Thank God. She's always like, Melissa, like, mejorando la raza, Melissa. Mejorando la raza. Qué bueno. And I'm like, you know, I live in Brooklyn, I live in Bushwick. Sometimes I don't shave my armpits, you know, but I'm from Florida, so God forbid. So I'm like, oh, you know, there's a little hair, you know, I'm a little didn't make it into power, aka Bernie, you know, like I'm fucking blue, baby, you know, not Bernie, I mean, I'm Bernie blue, not fucking Biden blue, right? And I'm like, abuelita, esas cosas no se dicen. Like, you don't say those things, Grandma. We're better than that. Because I'm fucking liberal. We're better than that, abuelita. I'm not bettering the race, Grandma. Estoy mejorando mi crédito. I'm bettering my fucking credit score, Grandma. I'm not doing this because I fucking love him. I'm doing this for the fucking FICO scores. You know? Like, before him, I thought it was called FICA. And let's be honest, Nicaraguans aren't good at soccer. Google it. We're not. We don't make it anywhere. Anyways, the point is, marry a white man that you have a better score than. And that's it. I didn't marry him, but I'm wishing. Guys, that was my time. Thank you so much.
And I was backstage with them. No, just kidding. How are we doing? Are we doing okay? All right. Are we ready for the headliner of the night? Can we do a slow clap? There we go. There we go. There we go. Give it up for your headliner of the night, Marisa Brusano!
Everything made the pop. woman in a bathing suit. A white guy doesn't know Latinas. We don't take that. So are there any women, Latinas, with a white husband or boyfriend? Nobody? Because it's not going to work. It doesn't work. It never works. So a friend told me, Marissa, but like, you're too strict. Like, what is it that you're offering to the guy? I'm like, he's gonna ask, what is it that you're offering? And I'm like, if he has to ask what I can offer, I'm not even gonna answer. Obvious. Right? Yeah, so I've given up on white guys, so now I'm dating a black guy. Yeah, but I'm at the beginning of the relationship, so I'm acting super sweet. I'm all like, I'm not like checking his Instagram to see, I'm just waiting. And when he falls in love with me, then you know what's gonna happen. Girls, you know what happens? No? They're like, I'm not telling my guy. Then it'll be too late. Passwords, inventory, Instagram following. Who are you following? Yeah, but just I gotta wait, so I gotta be patient. Yeah, so if you see me walking around with a black guy, just like act like I'm super nice. That's it. I'm not a psycho. I have two brothers. One I like. That's it. My oldest brother bullied me. But I'm grateful he was like that, because I wouldn't be the person that I am today. Insecure, anxious, and divorced. I don't like to talk too much about my parents because some people think that they're mean or rude. When I was young, my dad told me that poor people ate rocks. So when we had rice and beans, I thought we were millionaires. But then I met a millionaire, and he'd never even heard of rice and beans. When I was a young girl, not that I was ever a young boy, although my mom did cut my bangs weird, people thought I was a boy. My brother called me hermano, and I pee standing up. Okay, but I'm a woman, and my mom told me that I was ugly. So I wouldn't grow up to be conceited. Like someone as pretty as me could be conceited. She raised me to think that girls who have a light complexion are more beautiful. It sounds racist, because it is. My mom would always put me down. She'll say stuff like, no eres un niño bonito, vete a jugar fútbol con tus amigos, si es que tienes. For those of you who don't speak Spanish, she said, be white. I would get into arguments with my mom. I'm like, Mom, you think I'm so ugly? And the way you cut my boy bangs doesn't help. And why do you let Rene call me hermano? My brother's name is Rene. She named him Rene so he could be the beautiful daughter she never had. I've never smoked pot because I have an addictive personality. And I think that if I smoke, I'll end up prostituting myself for weed. And my friend said, Marissa, pot is not that expensive. And I said, neither am I. People think I smoke pot because I don't work. Okay, that's like my favorite joke. I never get a laugh, but I'm like, today I'm gonna get a laugh on that one. People think I smoke pot Because I don't work. Okay, what is the problem with that joke? Why? Like, why don't you think it's funny? No? Like, because you didn't laugh. You were smiling? No. Because it doesn't make sense, or what? What's the issue? It's short, it's quick. It's just cute. Okay, at least I got cute. I give myself weekly drug tests to make myself feel like I have a job. I have considered smoking weed so I could justify eating 3 boxes of Girl Scout cookies a day. My favorite thing is the incense. You know, to make my house smell like really low expectations. Sometimes I lie, and I tell people I'm high, so they don't get upset at me when I don't seem to care about the things they say. You are cute. I adopted my daughter. She's Chinese. And one time we went to the store, and the cashier said in front of my daughter, "That's so nice of you to adopt that girl." I was like, my daughter didn't know she's adopted. But I waited all this time for a cashier at the Winn-Dixie to tell her. And then I turned to my daughter and I said, "Sweetie, adopted means that you're a VIP at this store. And that you can get any candy that you want for free from this very thoughtful woman." And because my daughter is Chinese, she told me that she can tell when a woman is Asian. And I said, yeah, by the narrow eyes. And she goes, "No, by their white husband." Right? Right. That's how I could tell she was Asian. And then I told my daughter, "Pick up the towel in the bathroom." And she said, "You're racist, because I'm Asian and you are white." And I said, "You think I'm white?" Thank you. Now that I'm white, I opened a checking account. And I know I'm privileged because they gave me free checks. And when I go to the post office to get stamps, they give me the forever ones. You know, the white people stamps. The difference between white people stamps and Hispanic people stamps is that I use white people stamps to send mail and Hispanic people stamps to get groceries. The other day, I overheard my daughter telling her friends that her teacher passed out drunk after eating her lunch. I was appalled and furious, so I just stopped homeschooling her. I homeschooled my daughter before it was trendy, you know, before the pandemic. I homeschooled her because school started at 8. And I didn't get up till Thursday. And moms would ask me all kinds of questions. Like this mom asked me, "When you homeschool, how do you know your daughter is learning?" And I'm like, "'Cause I write the report cards." Another question I got was, "Since you're the one homeschooling your daughter, how is she gonna get into college?" I'm like, "The normal way, bribery." And I love my daughter very much. I wanted her to get the public school experience. So I bullied her. Yeah, but I ended up sending my daughter to school. Because I thought, yeah, 14 years old is a good age for her to learn how to read. But then my daughter was being bullied at school for being adopted. And I explained to her that sometimes children are jealous and they say mean things that are true. This guy would tell me every day that I'm the most beautiful woman in the world. But he'd never left Hialeah. And then he got an Instagram account. And I turned into the third most beautiful woman in our apartment complex. After the mailman. And I believe in open communication. I told this guy I was dating my biggest fantasy. In my fantasy, I'm walking hand in hand with a man at the beach, and he's looking at me with loving eyes. I feel so overwhelmed with emotion that I faint. And he picks me up and carries me and lays me gently on the sand. And when I open my eyes, he says, I love you. And I say, I love you too. And he gently kisses my lips. And so I told him, well, that's my fantasy. What is your fantasy? And he goes, I want you to clean my house. My youngest daughter went on her first date last week. And this week she's going out with him again. My motherly instincts kicked in, so I slammed the door, looked her straight in the eye, and I said, listen to me, young lady. You're only 11 years old. And you're not leaving this house until you tell me how you got him to ask you on a second date. With the Me Too movement, guys have become way too respectful. They don't even look at me anymore. When I'm with a guy, I'm like, hey, eyes down here. I've noticed that younger guys are hitting on me lately, and I think it's because they found out I'm a comedian. But I want someone who wants me for me. Not for the money that I make from selling these candles after the show. Thank you, guys. I'm Marissa Russolo.
Well, that was our show. That's it. No, just kidding. You guys have been an amazing audience. Thank you guys for supporting local theater. We're here every week, 4 times a week. Tuesday, Thursday, Fridays, and Saturdays. On Thursdays, you have to check out my karaoke night, Outdieoki, to come sing a song or 7. And if you're like me or any of the comedians you saw tonight and you're an immigrant, just know that you matter and that this country will not be what it was without us. So can I hear yes?